Hey guys, welcome to our Tuesday stream. Every Tuesday we come out here and show for all the cool new books and merch that we got in. It's a big week. Not because of anything particular. It's just a big week. We do have a couple of notes I want to talk about. Like there is the return of Batman 163, which is the end of the Hush 2 story, or end of the first half of the Hush 2 story. So yeah, there's that. But a bunch of cool other books that we're about to talk about. So let's jump right in. We got Brzrkr Light Drawers Breath from Boom Studios. Brzrkr, if you guys don't know, is the Keanu Reeves co-written Matt Kindt story from Boom Studios. It's going to be made into an animated TV show and a live-action movie on Netflix. It follows an immortal who wakes up in the modern day, who's a mercenary. And then you find out through the stuff why he can do the things he does. These one-shots that have been going on for the last couple of years fill in the gap between storylines, fill out a lot of his history. This miniseries is about a homunculus that's built from his blood. If you guys don't know, homunculus is an alchemical little monster man, normally a byproduct of trying to create something like the Philosopher's Stone in alchemy. It's just something I know. But that's happens in this book, so you have to get to follow a cute little homunculus version of Keanu Reeves running around. All the same action and violence. If you guys read Brzrkr, if you guys didn't read Brzrkr, it is like Brzrkr, the Japanese manga Brzrkr, where it's high octane action and violence. Pretty much the same stuff, without the big monster. No, sometimes there's big monsters in this series. Either way, if you're a fan of Keanu Reeves or Matt Kindt, you should really pick these books up. Next up is Club Nephilm from Devil's Due. This actually spins out of the Mercy Sparks series of books. You guys don't know, Mercy Sparks is a series of books that have been around for on and off for a bit. Mercy Sparks is a kind of a demon bounty hunter that has kind of like left hell, but kind of doesn't side with heaven. And she operates out of Club Nephilm, which is a club that kind of allows both sides to kind of interact. Club Nephilm, the story focuses on one of the girls that works at the club now, and what she has been able to do and what happens to her now that she's kind of taking sides and kind of forming her own posse. It jumps around between a 2-year time gap in its own story. Really cool. It's kind of half it's mystery, half it's like kind of a intriguing kind of where we going with this religious fiction type of stuff. Really cool. If you like hot ladies doing action stuff, that's kind of what this book's all about. Really cool. If you like religious fiction, if you like the movie Constantine, it's right up your alley. Next up is did you hear about Mimi Green from Dark Horse Comics? This book is wild. I read the solicitation a while ago, and then I got to read the book finally. And this book is insane. It's a lot of it's Cronenberg body horror stuff from the jump, and it's a cool kind of backstory about like who is Mimi Green, and what is Answers. Answers is like the rehab facility that she's in. But why she's in a rehab facility, it's all kind of like back stuff that's kind of be filtered in through the first issue. It's really cool. Great story from the top to bottom. It leaves you want to question whether things are real, things are not real, what's happening in certain scenes. It's over the top insanity. It's cool. I cannot wait to see where this book goes. The writer is Connor Goldsmith. He is known best as the podcast host for the X-Men podcast Cerebro and his ties to the comic book industry as a whole. So this is his first outing as a writer, and honestly, he did a good job with it. I'm kind of intrigued. I was kind of worried when they give like podcasters that's never written a story before like their first hit, and I'm surprised. It's actually really cool. Thumbs up to him and the crew at Dark Horse. This is a great book. Pick it up. Next up is Doomquest from Marvel Comics. Just so you guys know, this is not concurrent with what's going on in the universe. Because something major happened in Captain America 2 weeks ago, I have to say that if you are reading Captain America and you're like, oh, this is not tied to Captain America, this is not tied to One World Under Doom, this is not tied to Will of Doom, this is not tied to Dungeons of Doom, this is not tied to Weapons of Armageddon, this is not tied to Armageddon. This is just a cool, solid Doctor Doom story, which is a amazing story. I do not want. Part of me wants to spoil to you guys like what the actual premise of. So the premise is that Doom's being petty and wants to take revenge on the FF like normal, but there's a reason why he's doing it this time, and it's a speech from Reed that spurns him to go build a new device to call the Doom Engine. what the Doom Engine does and how the rest of the series is going to unfold is so funny to me as like someone that likes history. I can't wait to see where this goes. If you saw the cover of cover 2, it is Doom in like 1940s and 30s gangster stuff with a Tommy gun. It's funny to me. I think that's dope, and I love the cover artist. But this book is really, really cool. If you're a fan of Doctor Doom, this is the book to get. This is a really cool book to get before a bunch of other stuff comes out. If you just want a cool Doctor Doom story, this is a cool Doom-focused story that doesn't involve a bunch of other stuff you have to catch up on reading. Read this. Also, you should be reading Captain America. If you're not reading Captain America, go back, get some thoughts on Captain America, come forward, and then we'll talk more about Doom stuff. Next up is Hornsby and Halo number 0. This is part of the Unbelievables, the prelude to the Unbelievables set of books. The reason why they're doing this is because it sets up the Trillionaire Kid, 1, and 2. It sets up the crossover coming up next month, which will be the Unbelievable storyline, which is Trillionaire Kid 1 and 2, Hornsby and Halo, and Rockefellers 4-issue crossover event. But these zeros are actually jumping on. They're meant to be jumping on points for people to get into Hornsby and Halo and into Rockefellers before they rebrand completely as the Unbelievables, removing the Family Odyssey title from their books. Really cool. I like this a lot. If you haven't been reading Hornsby and Halo, this is the jumping on point. It's about nature versus nurture and heaven and hell. It's really cool. Again, more cool religious fiction done very well. Definitely pick this up. Like I said, this is going into a crossover. If you haven't been reading, like, oh, it's going to jump in, don't worry. There are trades to catch you up before the crossover happens. But these zeros are definitely recommended to get into Ghost Machine, get into what will be the Unbelievables. Definitely pick this book up. Next up is The Life and Death of Lucas Dreamwalker from Boom Studios. This is written by R.L. Stine, so all 90 kids like myself love this stuff. If you think Goosebumps, but in comic book form. This is a one-shot. It is a very cool, detail-oriented one-shot that kind of just keeps flowing. It's kind of what happens if you die your dreams type of stuff. It deals with time and distortion of reality and what's real and like, are your dreams the real reality or is this the real reality? Really dope stuff like that. I can't go into it because it is a one shot. Not like Brzrkr, because I can go on that all day, but this one is like, if I tell you kind of how it ends, BSOL. Definitely pick the book up if you're a 90s kid like myself that likes R.L. Stine and grew up on Goosebumps and all that stuff. If you want cool, weird, trippy horror stuff, definitely grab this book. It is awesome to read. Definitely grab this. Next up is The Matron from IPI Comics, and this book is dope. I love the twist at the end. This is a miniseries. The Matron's actually 4 kind of vignettes in one that all tied to one major story told by different people, all dealing around the character called the Matron, or the I don't want to say the word, the Kabbalist serial killer. That I have to just say it. I know YouTube doesn't like me when I say words like that, but that's what this book's about, and it's about the character of the Matron going forward from the anniversary to what happens at the end. Where I can't spoil it because it's twisted. Reads like a cool, dope 80s horror movie. Not cheesy though. Some of it's cheesy, but not super cheesy. Really cool book. I recommend it for anyone that likes horror. If you like a cool, like, compelling story, this is definitely what it is. And definitely how it ends leads into the next issue. Great setup. Definitely pick this book up. Next up, we have Superman Fall of Tomorrow from DC Comics. And I love this book. It is clearly part of the Elseworld imprint. DC this year is doing 3 major Elseworlds this year. The sequel to Dark Knight of Steel, Superman Fall of Tomorrow, which we're talking about right now, and Supergirl Survive. Both Superman books deal with the idea is, if instead of Clark leaving Krypton, what if someone else left Krypton? And this one deals with what happens if Jor-El was the one who survived Krypton's destruction and ended up on Earth and ended up living with the Kents. Great story, actually. I've gotten the pleasure to read the first 3 issues. Thank you to DC Comics and Lunar for hooking that up with us, and I'm far ahead in the series, and I cannot wait to see the rest of the series. But this book is fantastic. I'm a big Superman fan. You gotta. This book is a cool take on what happens if Jor-El was to land and how he deals with the fact that he loses Laura and Clark and what happens. Really dope. I cannot tell you more because it is a miniseries that isn't Elseworld. Anything else I tell you will spoil the book. But trust me, one, if you're a Superman fan, just get this book. Two, if you're not a major Superman fan, you want a just cool sci-fi story. This is a cool just sci-fi story to read with cool superhero stuff. And how he becomes Superman is really dope. Definitely pick this book up. And finally, we have Wiccan and Hulkling, Raider of Ultron from Marvel Comics. This is part of Marvel Voices because we're probably coming up next month. This is the Marvel Voices book. I love this because, one, it is in canon. It is set right after Wiccan Witch's Road, so you can read Witch's Road and jump right into this. It is in canon. It references Sorcerer Supreme that's been going on. I love when they do these one-shots, even though they're like directed towards a group of people. They are in canon and they matter to those characters. So you're not just reading a one-off made-up story about those characters that doesn't go anywhere. This goes somewhere and leads off to other things. Really dope. Ties into West Coast Avengers. So like all those pieces that are the massive web of family drama that is the Vision and Wanda family tree stuff is all mentioned here. So if you liked WandaVision, if you are hyped for Vision Quest, if you read The Vision by Tom King, if you've been reading Sorcerer Supreme, if you read Wiccan Witch's Road, this is a must-have book. It is dope. It's a fun one-shot. I hope they do more with this family. I can't wait to see what happens. That is it for our singles. We jump on trades. We have Bring On the Bad Guys from Marvel Comics. Bring On the Bad Guys was a series of one-shots introducing a new villain who worked... Oh, Sister Sorrow is her name, and she works for Mephisto. And her rise and fall out of grace of power in the Marvel Universe is really dope. I hope they bring her back. Definitely pick this book up if you want more villain-focused one-shots. It's like... I know people always want more villain stories. It's really hard to get them. This is a Marvel Villains book. Pick it up. Next up is Escape from Image Comics. This is an anthropomorphized version of World War One. So, really cool book. It's about a Milton Shaw who is a fighter pilot during a war. They don't say it's World War One, but you can tell by the uniforms and the technology. It's supposed to be like a anthropomorphized World War One. And he's supposed to be dropped behind enemy lines, and it's only supposed to be like 24 hours, and then bad stuff happens. Escape is a cool war story told with anthropomorphized animals fighting in a weird version of World War One. Really dope. I like it a lot. The art is so killer. Definitely pick this book up. Next up from Image Comics, we have Capes, or Invincible Universe Capes. So this is the first volume, but little context. Capes was a book that came back out in the day that was out alongside Invincible. This is a redoing of those 6 issues. It was originally a 6-issue miniseries back in the day with new updated art and actually some new dialogue, which then breeds into what starts out this week, which is Capes number 7. So it will lead up to everything that's going on. It will tie into the Invincible War. It will do a bunch of other cool stuff. This is way Robert Kirkman is expanding the Invincible universe without having to make more post-Invincible content, meaning like the end of the original series. Then I pick this book up. It is kind of like how the world operates. It's not the main Invincible book, and how other heroes operate. Really dope. Definitely got this book, and then also then pick up the new issue 7 and go from there. And finally, we have our trades. I will not tell you a million things about this book. It is from Image. It is the 5 Gears in Reverse. This is part of the Criminal Universe. So, because I can't read it, what's really cool about these is that Rick Remender got away from doing the criminal stuff in singles, so now he's just started to do them in trade. So this is the best way to get them. They're only OGNs. But what's great about the Criminal Universe is that you can literally jump in at any point because it's almost like an anthology book. They are just kind of self-contained stories within the Criminal Universe with different characters. Like this one is Ricky Lawless. Other ones are about other villains that exist, other criminals that exist in this universe, doing their own like jobs and heists and crimes and stuff like that. but like you'll meet if you collect all of it. It'd be cool. It's cool when you see like, oh, that character's from that book and that character's from that book, or that bar is where they all hang out. It's kind of like that. If you like Brubaker, definitely pick this book up. So I said recommended before. If you like Ed Brubaker, definitely pick this book up. It's a fantastic read. You should definitely, if you just like cool, dope, like action, crime drama stuff, this is great to grab. Also, it is coming to Amazon. I think next year or so. This is a cool way to get to know the characters before the show comes out, so you'll be ahead of the curve. And because you can see what seasons will be adapted for more comics. So yeah, pick this book up. And finally, for merch, we have this dope Gear 5 Luffy from One Piece. Boy, I love it when we get anime stuff in the store. It's awesome. This is a dope piece to get for any One Piece fan. Like I said, it's just Gear 5 Luffy. It's a dope statue to grab. Duh. It's a must-have gift. Oh, Father's Day's coming up, so think of that dad that loves anime in your life. And that is it, guys. You can head over to our website, androidscomics.com. We're putting on books in there all the time. Check us out on our socials. If you're on Facebook, it's Androids Amazing Comic on Facebook. It is, if you're on YouTube, it is Androids Amazing Comics on YouTube. If you're on X or Insta, because those are the only two socials that we use, it is going to be Androids_comics and Androids Comics, respectively. We post things like our picks of the week. Guys, those picks of the week matter, because kind of like what we should, you guys should read, and kind of shout outs to creators. Also, if you're on Instagram, make sure you tag us with your weekly, like if you take pictures or your post about the shop or your comic collection, please just tag us in them. It's great. It helps us grow an audience, brings more people to the stop. That'd be great. And guys, that's it. You can check us out here next week, next Tuesday around the same time. I'll see you then. Bye.